When did you stop trusting the divine? Can you be honest about that? When did you actually lose trust with the divine? Hey, I'm Rosemary, Nonny. I am the money minister. I work with action-oriented spiritual people, supporting them to create six-figure incomes in their true design life. This is one big area for a lot of spiritual people because the thing is, you identify as spiritual or maybe even religious. Maybe you turn up at your church every single week and you've been there for years now, and from all appearances, you trust the divine, you have faith, you're one of those shouting the affirmations and everything, or maybe you've gone past that now to the place where actually you don't show up that much anymore because you've done everything. You obeyed all the rules. You did everything they told you to do, and still life just is not working. And you finally found the courage to admit, this isn't working for me. The first time because it took me a while to actually realize that my trust for the divine had gone down and down and down, because I've always identified as spiritual. I've always identified as well, to begin with, completely religious as well, actually, because I was brought up Catholic, and then I became full-blown born-again Christian, basically, and these were good times in my life. The thing is, my whole identity was tied around that. All my friendships, everything, my whole life was tied into church. I didn't, for a long time, even when I was starting to question things, I didn't have the courage to actually walk away for a long time, because it would mean literally losing everything and everyone that I knew. And it did mean that, let's be honest, it did. I did lose a heck of a lot of friendships, relationships, when I finally decided this whole living a half-life thing, it's not working for me. But it didn't even get to that point. It didn't get to that point very quickly, because one of the first things for me in losing the divine was actually, we had a car accident when I was about 6 or 7 years old. And I remember my dad, because this resulted in my father losing his ability to walk at all. And I remember him lying on the ground, unable to move. I'd been thrown out of the car, but and then realized that the car was squished because we'd somersaulted and all of this and all of the other. And all of us were in the car, my whole family, apart from my last born, who was still in my mother's stomach at this point. But anyway, looking there at my dad lying on the ground. And at some point, some adult mentioned or said something along the lines of, there was some kind of black magic involved. That's because my dad was up and coming and really doing well with his company, that somebody had done some kind of juju against him. Now, if you've not been brought up into that culture, you might think, like, why would you believe in juju? But I did. I completely believed that the forces of evil were more powerful than God. And so therefore, why should I trust this divine being who couldn't keep me safe? But it took me until like 4 or 5 years ago for the divine to bring it to my attention and tell me, do you know that you stopped trusting me then when you were 6, 7 or something? I didn't even realize how much of an impact that incident had on me. That's when I started losing trust. So as much as I'd gone through all the motions, at the back of my mind, there'd always been this feeling, the forces of evil are more powerful than the divine. You are not safe. And let's not then add on all the stuff that happens at church, or if you've been in any kind of religious organization or any kind of community organization, wherever people are gathered, whether they call whatever, no matter how spiritual they may tell you that they are, hurts happen. Because these are hurting people who go on to hurt other people, but then they cloak it in the name of God or in the name of whatever. And so, if anything, if you've been spiritual, religious for any length of time, it's even more hurtful within these organizations because you expect better and you get the same. The same as you would get at work or whatever, but it hurts more because these are people who claim to love you, and they do. So I'm not even putting them down, because ultimately these are just human beings doing the best that they can. But it has left you with this feeling or this distance between you and the divine, even if you don't admit to it. Do you see? And the problem for you there is this: you exist to be in communion, in relationship with this something greater. Whatever name you call it, divine, God, divine intelligence, higher self, universe, I don't care what you call it. If there's a sense that you cannot trust this thing bigger than you, you're doomed. you're doomed to a mediocre life, because then you're dependent only on your experience, on your strength. You don't have that much. You have some, I'm not saying, because of course you're a very capable person, but you don't have everything you need in order to create the six-figure spiritual business, or else you already would have. You don't have enough to live the free, fulfilled, financially abundant, love-drenched life, or else you'd already be living it. And so you need access to that wisdom. You need access to that intuition. But if there's a lack of trust because you feel betrayed, because you feel hurt, because you have decided that these people treated you this way, that must mean that it's the way that the divine is. If you've forgotten that the divine is actually just love, unconditional love, because you've had all these experiences that have made you feel like, if that is what the divine is like, I want nothing to do with it. And then you might even be in the stupid position, the stupid position of not even wanting to fully own the fact that you don't trust at all. So you're still saying the words and pretending to be fine when you're not. It's time to wake up, my love. If you want the big, expansive life, the divine never abandoned you. The divine never abandoned you. You just believed a lie about who the divine was because of things that happened, what people said. It's time to come home to yourself. You are literally one with the divine. By putting this distance between you and the divine, you're even putting a distance with yourself. And I know some of this stuff may sound, anyway, I don't think it sounds crazy if you're spiritual. There's a part of you that actually resonates with what I'm saying to you here, because you know you need the divine. You want to come back to that first love, that first trust, but you don't even always know how to. Well, it's a process. And it's a process I can take you through, because I've had to go through that process myself, and I've had to guide other people through that process too. And it will demand ditching some of the crazy ideas you have about what the divine is, or religious dogma stuff that is just killing you. It's time to drop that stuff. And it's part of you has wanted to for a long time, but you've been scared you'll end up in hell or something. It's time to drop some of that stuff. Listen, if you are that action-oriented, spiritual person who knows that you are meant for more, and you've been working hard and trying, but you're not getting there, and you want to build your business that supports other people, but you have all of this stuff inside of you, which you may not even connect the two together, but ultimately you're feeling restricted, and you know you're meant for more, then you need to come and work with me in the Deliberate Millionaire Fast Track. It is a 12-month transformational journey to peace, inner peace, purpose, let's live in your life's purpose, and a six-figure income, doing exactly what you were born and meant to be doing. Come and work with me. Let's get through this nonsensy stuff that is keeping you from your own destiny. You are meant for more, honey. You are capable of that vision you have inside of you. But all of these things that I talk about in these videos, they keep you from your destiny, and you can't ignore them. You can't. If you're going to live the big life, you can't ignore them, and there's just no more time for you to keep pretending that you can just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and still not getting anywhere. Come on, wake up. Let's handle this stuff so that you are free to thrive, to prosper in your true design. There's a link around this video right now. I strongly urge you to go right now, read through the page. You will know by reading just the top of the page whether this is for you. If it resonates in your heart, come and join in. If not, there are other things available to you in this community. If you resonate with my work, stick around. Listen in. But for now, for you who resonate with this video particularly, go to the link around this video, read through the page, join in, and share this video with somebody else, okay? Other people need to hear this stuff. Okay, I need to finish. I keep meaning to do 5 minutes, and then somehow I'm still here 9 minutes later. So let's finish this here. The divine is unconditional love and is available. All the nonsense that you've believed is a lie. And it's time to drop the lies so you can see the truth. You need to walk in oneness with the divine. This isn't optional. This is pragmatic. It is a need. You are not created to function out of relationship with the divine. So let's handle the nonsense. Let's get you making the money you want to make, making the difference you want to make on this planet as well. Go to the link around this video, join in the Deliberate Millionaires Fast Track. Do it now. Much amazing love. Till the next time. Bye.